Happy New Year, Puzzle Pals. I am back.
Happy New Year, Puzzle Pals. I am back. Happy New Year, Puzzle Pals.
Ah, did it. All right, maybe that's done for the year, starting with the the unnecessary echo. I'm out of the practice. It's been a few weeks. Took a wonderful warm vacation in the Caribbean, but that is over. It's as if I never went. No, that's not true. I don't know, not even too much sunburn, but a lot of fun memories. Really had a great time. Also had a terrific time in New Jersey and New York for a couple days before starting. But enough about that. There are puzzles to solve, y'all. I have not in any way kept current. Thought about doing the New York Times crossword. I actually did knock out a few hex cryptics on my travels. But why don't we warm up with a little NYTXW like so. Um, there's today's. I won't knock out today's Sundays. People always kind of gradually filter in here. Um, but I don't like to do it on the day of. I just have done none of these. Try to do a couple, maybe a warm up or two. Hope everybody had a great New Year's Eve, great Christmas. Man, I left on December 20th, I think. Yeah. Hope you all had and continue to have a great holiday season. There's been a lot. It's been a lot happening in the world. But within the pixels here, let's see. Monday, I didn't do the previous weeks either. Who did this? Who wrote this? Chase. Don't know you. Don't know your work. I'm sure it's great. Congratulations on your Monday New York Times. I'm going to see if I can. I have an informal goal on mine. I am out of practice. Let's say I want to go 320 on this. Try to stick with it down. Turn off this light in my face. Chase, go easy on me. I'm overtired. I traveled yesterday. I haven't even unpacked. It's a pile of stuff on my desk here at work, but I've already started resuming my reality here. But let's see how I do with a slight headache. Is that enough excuses? Like the rest of America, I'm very focused on the Bears game today, but for the time being, do a few puzzles. Here we go. Should know that, but I don't. First typo of the year, y'all. Maybe it'll be the last one. Last one just closed. Oh no, that was Sears. Last Sears just closed. That. I didn't need to look at that clue, but I did. Wasting valuable time. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do that. Maybe. Typo number two. Count them all. Oh, a lap is when you go both. I'm not sure. What is this? Cherry box. Yikes. Yikes. Didn't look at anything beyond the word poetry. Jokes. Heard a lot of those in this trip. Get into that later. Oh, wow. Let it go, y'all. Is this Coolio? Should have got that without looking at the clue, but I did not. Derek Jeter, all E's. What is happening right now? Books on tape. This is a plebe. Are we spelling it like that? Really? Yeah, I love it. It's all right. Oh, darn, maybe. She. Let's just do this. Across o'clock. The old past tense prop there. Wow, thought I was just gonna do one typo for 2020, whatever this is. Hoorah. This and, oh, I might even get my goal. Nope. All right, well, the only way to, nah, not happening. All right, let's just, life is short. Let's, oops, wow, that's not a good look. I didn't even look at these. Sadly, I didn't get to 3 minutes 20, but that's all right. Welcome in. Good morning, y'all. And I say that prospectively. You got a bunch of lurkers here. Welcome. Happy New Year, everyone. We are doing this. Not even going to come close to catching up on all the crosswords I missed during my 2 weeks. It was actually Saturday to Saturday. Traveled to New Jersey, hosted an event in Princeton that night. Saw my friend do her awesome cabaret show. That is Katie Grog, by the way, Coffee and Crosswords for all your Sunday night streaming crosswords needs. And Monday, jumped onto a cruise ship with a bunch of friends, had a really fun time. We steamed south out of Brooklyn, an unlikely place to leave from for a Caribbean cruise, I thought. Turns out to be more common than I thought. Anyway, 3 days heading south, 5 days in the old island, 3 days back north, got back to New York yesterday. Actually, it's pretty sweet at 3:45 in the morning. Just as we crossed under the Verrazano Narrows Bridge, I by coincidence woke up and I knew that's what time it was because they announced it. There are people that literally get up to watch that happen. Well, I missed the bridge, but I got a pretty sweet photo of the New York skyline through my balcony on this old ocean liner. Anyway. And here we are, bounced back to Chicago, even as the ship turned right and went back for another Atlantic crossing to Southampton. And here we are. It's as if we never left. That was not subscribe today. What is happening right now? I already do subscribe. It's weird. This computer needs replacing. That's a whole other conversation. How was your New Year's? How was your Christmas? That was a Monday. Bounce over to a Friday, Saturday, maybe. That was not quick, but adequately okay. I have no sense of what's been happening on the puzzle scene. We knocked out like 3 extra weeks of editing on my stuff and our stuff on the newsprint side before Christmas. And we shut off the machine and everybody went off for the holidays. I haven't even thought about my end of it, much less the crosswords that I missed. Adam Wagner and Rafa Musa, two of the best. And Friday. Oh, this is this week's. All right, so this was January 2nd, just a couple days ago. All right. Adam, Rafa, you guys are great. I see a lot of white space, which I like. All right. I am setting an informal goal in my mind. I'll tell you. Let's say 8 minutes 10. All right, here we go. Wow, that is some quote. I'm gonna block the chat just so don't get distracted. People start pouring in here. Welcome. I see there's people here actually. Thanks. Okay, this would be AP Bio, not to be confused with the TV show by my old improv buddy, Michael Patrick. It's not cure, it must be that. It's presumably that. Fibonacci, y'all. What is happening right now? I have no clue. What? Oh, if you default on your loan, got it. Okay, this is. Don't know it. Can't spit it out. I do. Habanero, some sort of peppers. Is this thing 16 wide? Can't type. My God, my first triple typo of the year. This could be jalapenos as well. Nope. Liari Ladavi, welcome. First chatters of the year. How y'all doing? How was your New Year's? How was your Christmas? How was your Hanukkah? How's life? This not seeing a lot of this. How y'all doing? Have you enjoyed any Twitch in my absence? Underground Network, did I walk through some caves on the beautiful island of Virgin Gorda, the BVI, British Virgin Islands? I certainly did. Were they not caves, but like gaps between boulders that literally Caribbean pirates used to use? Yeah, they were. But there's a crossword to do. Why are you guys talking about the Virgin Islands? What is this? What's this? Awesome. Awesome, Ladavi. Really enjoyed. Prepare to ship. Box up. It ain't bored. I'll tell you what got boxed up. The 37 Christmas trees from the Cunard Queen Mary 2 was incredible. I saw the boxes. It was like the Indiana Jones warehouse. This is. I'm not going to hit 8 minutes anything if I don't shut up. But you know what? It's worth it. Happy New Year, everybody. Welcome back. Thank you for joining me. This, that. Now you're talking apostrophe. Is that what this is? I have no idea. Wrestling. Is this now we're I wanted a G there. No, isn't mayonnaise like all eggs? Is it like faux mayonnaise? What is going on here? I don't know. Is this? Probably not. Is this collateral? Is this like possible? Oh man, off to a slow start. But more importantly, nice to be back. Emu eggs are probably big. Guilt trip looks like, yeah. Count Basie. Super vocalic jazz man, big band guy, every vowel once, and Count Basie. The Cowboys, oh, Oklahoma State, rather, isn't that? What is going on with this? Tax refund, I guess. Paper refund. Probably. Probably. What's that stuff called? This? No, it's this. It's 5 letters. Let's try. And scene, y'all. Acid, y'all. Up till y'all. Blah, blah, blah. Not UNC. We're not going doing 2 colleges. Not seeing the pun. I'm so focused on other things like this. Tax rebate. No, up and Adam looks right. So this would be what? What is this? Well, I ain't going 8 minutes anything. It's starting to feel like that's okay. It's just nice to start hacking away at the backlog there. This is probably, I'm mixing up jalapenos. Whoa, lettuce. Who? What? I don't know this book, which is really not going to help. Let's see there. There's some node, I guess not. Stop on the underground railroad. What is this? Man, I am getting smoked. But that's all right. Can't win them all. Likes. Facebook feed, and it really isn't. This is this guy. Is this? Are we putting PG curse words into the crossword? Let's try. Something here ain't happening. I think it might be this. Should have this. Ah, probably that. What is this? Find the word break. Don't love. Exactly. What's he doing writing nonfiction? Stay in your lane, Leo. Table outs. Some kind of like fake mayonnaise. What is this? Mayonnaise for degenerates. We used to call ourselves degens at the old electrical audio poker games. Air kisses. It's not gonna help. I can't move around. What is Vegenaise? Fair enough. That makes sense. I thought that was poser. I swear I did. No idea what this is. Internet famous. Huh, there we go. Oh man, at the airport last night, I was hearing about a guy who's internet famous who this kid was telling me about, and I can't. Well, we just blew our goal of 8 minutes. Clearly, what is art? Probably very ambitious considering that I am very out of practice here, but it's all right. This is probably this. Oh, go. All right. It all makes so much sense when you're looking at the answer. It was this. You know, oh, I haven't seen that clue. That would have helped. Either of these clues would have helped. All right, on the reg, why am I getting into the easy stuff after it's too late to hit my goal? This is obvious, and so is this. Self. The way I was reading it was this. Ugh, 9.5, blah. All right, welcome in. Oh, look at all these lurkers pouring in here. What's up, everybody? Thank you for joining me. Happy New Year, one and all. All right, what is going on here? It's, what is it, January 4th? It's Bears Lions, y'all. It is the first Sunday of the year. I'm not going to look at today's Sunday crossword, give people a chance to solve it, but want to do a little catching up. My office is like waiting for me to catch up on 2 weeks of stuff, but I'm going to give myself the benefit of this being my last vacation day. I'll start catching up tomorrow. Thought I would knock out a few crosswords, maybe a little Brendan Quigley, maybe a little New Yorker, some of my fave standbys, like Brendan, for example. What has he been up to? Has he been knocking out crosswords? Of course he has. It's what he does. And wow, would you look at that? That is a cryptic crossword. Brendan, very interesting. Brendan has been writing cryptic crosswords for a British, I want to say newspaper, like London, was independent. Can't remember. However, look at this, an AVCX cryptic. Interesting. I'm tempted to solve this thing, and yet I'm gonna make some tracks and get out of here. Just this is my way of saying hello and happy new year. Yeah. Patrick on the field. That's probably this is right. Yeah, mother houses, sure. Mr. Roboto. What is this? Don't know. is this? Anagram, Ohio, poll. Let's do a few of these and then move on. Brendan, alien, well, that's gonna be ET. This is. Yep, Brendan is me. Taking that British approach of referring to himself as me or I. This is Japanese restaurant plate, a bento box. Let's see that. Ladavi, you've been off for work for 2 weeks. Why didn't you go on my cruise? Would have been great to have you in the mix. But yeah, we will resume our Pearl Jam song is this. Yeah, we'll resume work. I get the first Monday of the year. It's legit. I usually don't travel at Christmas or New Year's, so this is a new thing for me. It's been years. One evil plus a backwards. What is this? 2-6. That all right. So Legendary King looks like it's part of the wordplay. Classic speakers. Wow. Not seeing it with or without the classic part. I'm beginning to, it's beginning to look a lot like I'm not doing this whole process today. Speaking of Chris, not seeing it. Ladavi, if you've been off work for 2 weeks, what have you been doing with yourself? Out the details of your life or don't, as you prefer. All right, I'm gonna move on. This is definitely a slow. There was some easy stuff up here. Let's get one more. Doral is a 5-letter golf course. Yeah, D plus oral. All right. I like Doral better, much, before it was sold to, much like Mar-a-Lago when it was owned by Marjorie. Meriwether Post, do I even need to go on? No. Oh my God. Oh, nice one, Brendan. I love this whole album. The Breeders' Last Splash. New Year, a great song. Yeah, Ladavia, it's true. Yeah, you know what? We can turn on the timer. Nora, welcome. Happy New Year. How you doing, pal? Great to see you in pixel form. How's your holiday season? Enjoyed? All's well. Mine was great. I was on vacay for a couple of weeks, but I am back, y'all. I threw on Michael Jordan's famous "I'm back" quote. The similarities between him and me and there. Although I am actually about to drive past his house as before, like I drive home and catch the Bears game. But yeah, Jordan took off 2 seasons and then like came back and famously issued this press release that simply said, "I'm back." Latavi, what? Tax? Yeah, I know you're a tax expert. I'm keeping up. Yeah, I haven't been keeping up either. My brother's done a great job keeping our office from running, over a cliff, but I'm back to do my stuff. Solving up a storm. Nora, are you going to defend your title? Did you guys not win like the pairs competition? Am I mixed up? Yeah, you solve. Get on with your bad self. Well, I reserved a hotel room before they sold out in like a day. That was insane. Yeah, Nora, don't hold back. Aren't you like an E champion there too? Yep. I just got to show up and obey the orders for the judges, which is just the way I like it. All right, I don't know what is happening with this. Let's turn the timer on. Let's see if we can do this thing in under. Well, if I'm talking with you guys, it's gonna be slow. I'm not even gonna set a goal. I'm just glad that you guys are here. It's nice to be back. Is this a goatee mustache co donate? Let's see. Presumably, I don't need to say it every time. Is this Corgis co? This probably co. What is this? Uncrude. I thought it said unscrewed. I have no idea what this is. This is a loony. If it's not a loony, I don't know what it is. I flew on a couple South American airlines I guess I can't say last year anymore. It's 2 years ago, February. I did not take Latam. I took Argentinian, and wait, there was one more. Meanwhile, this could be like bull mouth. This could be Europe altogether. Aerolíneas, was that what that thing was called? Can't remember. All right, looks like we're doing this. Wow, I am really making a mess. Aero. It's not Iberia, Portugal. Something I'm not seeing. It's fine. On we go. This mountain, like the Matterhorn. MTN, is this wrong? Oh, this is like a pot thing. Probably, maybe. Yes. This, maybe. All right, let's look at some more clues. This is not off to a good start. This is Orem, Utah, conceivably. Change into mutate, not loving it as a transitive. Avery, Happy New Year. How are you? Welcome. Happy New Year. Yes, great to be back. Great in the sense that it's very mixed mid to be back. I had such a wonderful trip, but it is nice to be back. Get caught up on life, rejoin reality. I was in such a bubble. I was like straight up, it took me 5 minutes to, that's the way to do this puzzle, is just get the easy ones and chat with you guys. Tuna tartar, was there tuna tartar on my vacay? Oh yeah, this is primping, preening, probably. Artisanal, I don't know what these things are. Subatomic particles, I have no idea. Yeah, contributes to all. I've been known to chip in. I've been known to chip into the tip jar on this very blog. I mean, Brendan, an old pal, and I mean, we do so much of his material on this stream that it would be not cool to not donate. So I do. Nacho something. What time of year? Very sweet to say that. I try to spread it around. Certainly did that before year end. What? Avery, how was your New Year? If I haven't put you to sleep. Is this the ship like the one I just got off of? The beautiful Cunard Queen Mary 2? My God, that thing was so cool, so nice. It's like a floating museum, first of all, of like British nautical history. Cunard Cruise Line started in 1840. I mean, the Cunard Carpathia rescued Titanic, like 700 people on lifeboats from the Titanic, and then the White Star Line merged with it like 20 years later. This is Vogue. What's going on here? Flagship. It ain't the New Yorker. Oh no, I'm thinking of Condé Nast. Hearst. Maybe this is a B. What is this? Vanity Fair is Condé Nast. What's this? It's not the Cleveland Cavs. And what is it? The Eastern Conference. Went to a friend's place in Delft. That's right. You've got that. You've got that Continental Life. Are we talking about Belgium near my new fave Antwerp. That sounds great. You know, Bill Wyman, a friend of ours who pops into this stream from time to time, sent me video of the fireworks over Sydney, which were just bananas. This might be wrong. This could be a verb. This could be a noun or a verb. Also. And then who did I sit next to at a screening of Hamilton? The guy that ran the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade for 35 years, just retired, and like ran the fireworks show. Like there were some interesting people on this cruise. Really enjoyed fellow passengers. A lot of Brits. There were 2,500 people on this cruise, roughly 1,000 Americans and 1,000 Brits. It is a British cruise line. And then a couple hundred Australians, and then like this mix. There were people from 38 nations on this cruise. But I'll say what nations didn't very much. The like absolute army of workers on the ship, not atypical of a cruise ship. Ton of people from the Philippines, ton of people from Indonesia. Good thing I didn't set a time goal for this because, well, 7 minutes in, we've done nothing. Yeah, really enjoyed. Female character, is this what's her face from Progressive Insurance, played by friend of a friend, Stephanie Courtney Flo, probably not in 2012. Wow, the answers I'm not seeing, they are many. This no idea. Is this Ari Grande? Is it Dua Lipa? Is her first name Dua? This is Samson and Delilah, presumably. Dua Lipa in that movie? I think maybe I don't know. Avery, that is an interesting and a tough question. Let's pause the clock. Maybe I'll do this thing in under an hour. I'll tell you one thing that was really great. When we got to the British Virgin Island of Tortola, two friends and I immediately left it, took a boat like a ferry to Virgin Gorda, or that Virgin. Is it so named by Christopher Columbus? I'm not sure. I think he discovered, was it the BVI or Tortola specifically in 1493, which is crazy. We all know about 1492. We went to something called the Baths. I don't know if this was the #1 highlight, but this was, well, a big highlight for me was Saturday night before I even got on the cruise. When I hosted that event in Princeton, New Jersey, that I babbled about endlessly, but that went really well. The trivia, socially, stayed at my friend's place. Really enjoyed that, met a lot of great people there as well. But yeah, back to Virgin Gorda. Really cool. There were these gigantic boulders that formed what they call caves, but they weren't underground. There were in the spaces between. Oh, on the way there, and the boat ride on the way there, we went by an island known as, I think it's like Dead Man's Chest Island or something. So the song like Yo Ho Ho and a bottle of rum, 15 men on a dead man's chest. So the legend goes that Blackbeard, the pirate, Edward Teacher, was that the guy's real name? Who that this is like Blackbeard zone. Apparently the legend goes stranded 15 either mutinous pirates or maybe just enemies or prisoners on dead man's chest, and gave them like a machete and a bottle of rum and was like, have a good life. So yo ho ho and a bottle of rum, 15 men on a dead man's chest, supposedly comes from that. Although for all I know, they like back solved and like made up the story after the song was out there. Anyway, then we go by this island with this sweet gigantic house known as Brush Island, which for, I don't know, probably 50 or 80 grand a week you can rent, at least during Christmas time. It was really pretty. All these cool little islands, some inhabited, some not. But yeah, these caves were great. And our walking path through them took us from, I forget the name of the first beach. Caves were incredible, got some great photos. And then to Devil's Bay Beach. The red flag was up, meaning don't get in the water, it's dangerous. Within 10 seconds of getting to this beach, my buddy was down to his bathing suit and was in the water. There were like 30 other people in the water and it looked pretty safe, but still, I mean, I don't know, undertow, whatever, don't know. Then my friend's wife goes, go look after him, Ben. I was like, duh, sure. And so, immediately announcing myself as one of the 30 dumbest people on this beach, because there were probably 150 people on shore obeying the instructions. Now I'm in the beach with my friend. It was extraordinarily stupid, especially because at certain points underfoot there was stone, like these nearby boulders. Anyway, thank God we got out without incident, but not before this like 8 or 10 foot like rogue wave comes in. That thing could have like that could have been a serious problem. I can't believe we were stupid enough. Like all I had done to that point beach wise was like walk up to my ankles on the beach in where was that? St. Martin. It was the day before. Or was it? I'm getting all mixed up. Anyway, yeah, it was the day before. Whatever. Anyway, Devil's Bay Beach was so like the water was like it wasn't churning, but it was windy, it was narrow, there was like we didn't get in there. Meanwhile, I took so many photos of these incredible formations in these caves that I only had time to like take a look at this gorgeous Devil's Bay Beach before it was like practically time to leave. Anyway, oh, and then we go back, we take our boat ride back. It was just gorgeous everywhere. Totally satisfying, great day. The kids who led this, like they're natives of the BVI. Everybody you meet down there, they look like Rasta dudes, and they've got names like Dwight and Clayton and endless cool old-fashioned British name. There's a Clive here, and there's a like, and anyway, it was awesome. These kids were great. And then we get back there and they're like, oh yeah, did you see Morgan Freeman this morning? I was like, excuse me? They're like, yeah, Morgan Freeman has a house on Virgin Gorda. He hangs out, he throws on a hat and sunglasses, and no one notices him. He's just like another older man hanging out. But what he does apparently is takes note of what everyone's drinking, buys an entire round for the 50 or 80 people hanging out under these umbrellas, and just saunters on, gives a wink to the kids who know who he is who work there. Pretty sweet. Yeah, anyway, long story, but yeah, that was fun. That was a fun day. A lot of highlights though. A lot of highlights. Let's get back to the puzzle. What time is it? It's 12:10. The first wave of NFL games is off and running, but my beloved lifelong fave Chicago Bears are playing like 3-ish local. So sure. Oh my God, Avery. Yeah, it was a treat. It was a privilege. I would have never thought about going on. Is this caffeine? Is this the shakes? The expense? I have no idea. Yeah, my friends went. My buddy was a speaker. Was they have like lecturers, like cultural and scientific type experts. There was like a Hollywood film guy, real interesting guy who's father and grandfather were filmmakers. His grandfather like stormed the beaches of Normandy with the troops, but like with a film camera for like it's like a newsreel guy. That was great. That guy was great. My friend was a smash hit on the boat. So funny. That's the guy who went in the beach, not outing anybody. Um, and why am I babbling? Oh yeah. So my friends invited me to join them, and I did. But like, I think of like always thought of Cunard as something from like the year 1902, which it very much was, but still doing their thing. Oh, the boat I was on, the Queen Mary 2, is like the world's last ocean liner in the sense that it was built to do Atlantic crossings 12 months a year. Other boats go across, but not this time of year. Like the waves get really big, but this thing is a beast. It was built like a military ship. There are these like underwater like wings to stabilize it. Pretty great. Really interesting. Learned a lot about like maritime history that could go on and on. Is this? I assume Tartar is right. So it could be wrong. This could be wrong. Pedicure, y'all. Oh, you damn straight, Avery. They did a crossing from Southampton to Brooklyn. It's kind of neat. They pull up in Red Hook. They dock in Red Hook, Brooklyn, which is a cruise yard. Better known, west side of Manhattan, there's a cruise port. And actually in Bayonne, New Jersey, across, there's a big cruise port. But yeah, in Red Hook, they take cruise ships there. Anyway, so yeah, they went east to west, did the crossing, then south to the Caribbean. Took 3 days to get down there. I mean, we're going like 24 knots or whatever. 5 days in the island, 3 days going back. And the nice thing about and one sea day in the middle there. The nice thing about all the sea days on the boat was because it was that the boat was great. So it didn't like kind of matter where we were. But it gradually got warmer out and then colder as we went back. And then the crossing from New York to Southampton. And there's people who did the whole thing, like they did the 28-day round trip or whatever it was. There were British people who got off of New York and flew back because like their kids had school starting on Monday or whatever. I still don't see this. Nor this. What is this? I don't know what any of these is. No clue. Imagine Dragons. I know they exist. This is clearly some kind of metal. Brendan likes to put music stuff. And I assume this. Noise metal, is this wrong? Probably this, yes. This German beer glass, probably. Dan. Still not seeing that. Marks, Nide. Terra Firma, y'all. Is this Dan? Is that anything other than Dan? Sniffs, fair enough. Moonlit. Inch. The word inch opened up this whole thing here. Let's try that. Oh, it was subatomic. Isn't that what this? Isn't that what these are? I'm not sure. You considered it for your US trip? Yeah, it's funny. I had never cruised like 3 years ago. I took my first cruise was September of 22. I took a small, um, it was like a rich guy's yacht. It was 330 feet long, the boat, 90 passengers, 60 crew. And it was like an educational type cruise, an enrichment thing. And it was great. It went clockwise up to Stockholm, clockwise around the Baltic Sea, and ended in Copenhagen to 3 extra days there. Awesome trip. Then, emboldened by that great experience, a year ago, January, I took a large cruise on Virgin Voyages around the Caribbean. I didn't even know there was such a thing as like a Caribbean trip that left out of New York, but apparently it totally is a thing. But more typically, people go to like Miami or Tampa. I went to San Juan, Puerto Rico for mine, 11 days down there, and a ball. And then my third of 4 lifetime cruises was last summer when I probably have babbled to you about it here on Twitch. Went to Alaska for 10 days and that was fun. And now this one. So I'm no like expert on cruising, but to me, it's like every one of these things, every one of these cruises is almost like research. Like, it's gotta be this. Like I'm learning about these different cruise lines. And do I like a large cruise, a small cruise, a bougie cruise, a brainy cruise? You know what? Yes to all of that. I really enjoyed them all. I am not seeing. Yes, Ladavi to right and to solve. Avery, you mentioned a Greece cruise. I would really like. I've never been to the Greek islands, and a cruise ship is a pretty good way to bounce around. Like I don't. I mean, it would be great to lay on a beach in Santorini for a week, but I don't need to like be in various of these places for that long. Like learn about the buried lost city of Troy and like move on. So yeah, I think a Greek cruise would be fun. I also want to go like across the Adriatic. I really want to go to like Croatia. I mean, I would love to go to Slovenia, notwithstanding the horrid shrew that came from there and married someone prominent. I want to go to Lake Bled, but I mean, all those places, Montenegro, certainly Serbia. I mean, there's a lot of great places. I want to go to Split. Dubrovnik's my number one because that's King's Landing from Game of Thrones. Such a cool looking city. Ladavi, you've gone to Rhodes over and over. I know that you played only Connect from Rhodes. I remember you telling me that. I want this to be a side dish. It just is not at all. Paroled. Not seeing it. It would really help if I knew who this was, but I don't. What is this? Good grief, that's gonna make total sense when we get it, but I don't know what it's called now. Yeah, Slovenia looks incredible. Plus, it's like you can cruise from like Venice to like Trieste. Or Trieste, as my friend calls it, and then like just roll right into Slovenia. I don't know anything about this game. Did I take bridge lessons for the first time on this cruise? I certainly did. It's fun. Complicated fun. Presumably this isn't us. So what is this? This is the sidekick of. Oh man, there was such a Captain Hook. There was such a cool lecture on Disney art. There was this fancy art gallery on this ship with like seriously like expensive like lithographs, blah blah, Banksy stuff, and but yeah, the guy gave this sweet historical lecture on like from the early like pre-Steamboat Willie days and Ub Iwerks, the side man to Walt Disney. It was great. And he was like friends with Salvador Dali. They were 3 years apart in age. They collabed on this movie that like never saw the light of day. And was it Fortuna? And then like Disney Ladavi, I've got some pretty sweet art in this office that I've only been here for 12 years. It's been sitting on the floor waiting for me to hang it up. So, but yeah, this could be this. Well, I'm going to Costa Rica in a month or so. That trip was already planned before my friends invited me on the cruise, and I was like, at this point, I'm like, I got my beach sunshine time in. Going to Costa and like I've seen plenty of like cool wild animals on trips. That old Caribbean one last year. Going to Costa Rica for 2 weeks almost feels like unnecessary at this point. Like it's pouring on, but like it won't be great. I don't know. This trip was a total like my office was dead during the holidays, so it was like, why not go? What is this? So anyway, it would be nice to like keep the flow through the winter in my office, but on the other hand, like, bye. It'll be fun, of course. Is this actress a manatee? Well, if you're letting someone out of prison, it's probably something out. I might could find some clues that I know the answers to because Mount Nebo is literally the letters are in phone book. I assume is what we're talking about. Is bailed out. Do we spell bailed with a V? How naive if you don't think that's how we spell it is. Does something win? Something looks really not good about this. Soda tab? Soda tax. All right, there we go. Mixed bag. There we go. Like criminal MOs, probably. I don't know the first thing about Winslow Homer. I know the name. That is all I know. I don't need this light in my face. I don't need the camera on either, but this way you can watch me grimace at all the clues I don't know the answers to. Udelka. Oh man, Udelka figures in one of the great stories from my trip. Udelka, why don't you tell the story? You type the paragraphs that necessary to like talk about our awesome conversation about puzzles. Welcome, first time chatter, Udelka 02. Well, Tiana is the Disney princess from Princess and the Frog. But if you don't think any Disney princess was modeled on a real person, you're wrong. Pocahontas, y'all. All right, what is this? In this, presumably this. I mean, Belle was a Disney princess, so Tiana X Belle practically. What is this? Latin. Nora, I would never say that. I would never say that. I want to believe. What is this? Tina of Dawn. This isn't going to be GA. What is this? It's time to put this in. No. be this, right? Is this an I? Is this? Throwback. Thursday, I'm told. Oh, it's or so blank, not blank or so. Beautiful. Steven Stott, on the Copenhagen, on the Denmark trip I mentioned a second ago, I did see the beautiful Little Mermaid. Hans Christian Andersen, and who else? Like Soren Kierkegaard, a bunch of like prominent Danes are all married in this cemetery. The group leader on my trip was like her mother was like from Copenhagen, or Kopi as she called it, and her father was from Evanston, Illinois, like close to where I am right now. And so since I stayed on, she did me the huge favor of like taking out a city map and drawing a trail of like the perfect walking tour. It was incredible. God, I was ready to move there by the end of it. So good, so great, so great. Really fell in love with Copenhagen. Incredible. I mean, literally to walk out of my hotel in Nyhavn, or New Harbor, I had to walk through a freaking changing of the guard at this gorgeous palace to even get to the subway. Are you kidding me? Incredible. All right, let's go back to our new friend at Udelka. So I get off the boat in, stop the share. Oh, we never turned the clock back on. That's good, because this has already been like a very slow solve. The one place that my Virgin Voyages cruise went a year ago that we then revisited, because essentially that was a Western Caribbean cruise and this was an Eastern one, was, happily for me, beautiful Saint Martin. Because I speak French, I love Dutch culture, and the island is half and half. Plus, when I went there last year, the Dutch side is actually a country, so I was able to add that to my like country total life list that I am like whorishly trying to run up the flagpole. Loved it. Took a speedboat tour all around the island, snorkeled with sea turtles, stingrays, swam in this beautiful beach. There's a beach right at the airport where the jets come down like seemingly 10 feet above your head and land. It is the #1 tourist attraction in St. Martin. That was incredible at Christiana Airport. Their airport was destroyed in a hurricane. They built this gorgeous new one. And then when a plane takes off, they like turn on the jets, and from nowhere, it's like this, you're in a gale and your body is being like attacked by these sharp grains of sand. Had the fun of that experience. Anyway, so this time I decided to check out the interior of St. Martin, and I did. Took this awesome driving tour. The guy was so informative. Beautiful neighborhoods. It's just a beautiful small island. So we're on the French side in, I'm already forgetting the name of the city. Udelka, fill in the gaps or not, as you prefer. Is it I'm thinking of the Maginot line with 7 letters. Marab, I can't remember. There's this whole like big market of like local artists selling stuff, and amid the clothing and all the stuff, I'm like, ooh, look at those beautiful stone bead bracelets. I think I'll buy one. I start chatting with this young woman, Marigot. Start chatting with this intelligent young woman who is a jewelry maker. Her stuff is beautiful. Somehow we got on the subject of puzzles. I would never tell anybody during this vacation that I'm a puzzle writer and solver, but shockingly, we got on the subject of puzzles. I was probably carrying like puzzles with me at the time or whatever. Turns out it's our new friend Udelka, who is like the Caribbean's greatest puzzler, complete with Udelka. I'm not saying your name, so I think it's fair game to talk about your puzzle life for a second. Like a friend group on a Discord. What? Incredible. Udelka had like this totally interesting life. Udelka lived on a sailboat for 8 years and speaks all these languages and is like from the Dominican, but knows like Udelka knows everything about everything, like super smart, totally interesting person. And I had like a half hour in which to shop in the little marketplace. I didn't even walk any further. I was like, we're done. So I bought a couple bracelets. And I was like, Udelka, just charge me more, whatever. You deserve a tip. You're great. And Udelka's like, no, for that price, you get this many bracelets. So I bought another one. And like, they're great, perfect souvenir of my trip. And here's Udelka in the chat box. So like, the connection to my vacay exists in the form of Udelka. So thank you for joining me, Udelka. But back to the screen share we go. No, Udelka, you're great. Really enjoyed talking to you and meeting you. It was so much fun. I mean, St. Martin, that place is just a home run. It is a home run in the sea. As I said, these trips are kind of like research. At the end of that Caribbean cruise a year ago, I was like, all right, if I could go back to one of these places, it's gonna be St. Martin. And so it was nice to get a little bonus, like return and visit. It would be fun to go there, but also like I enjoy the bouncing around of a cruise. I never thought of myself as like a cruise person, but the cruise turned out to be like these cruises turned out to be a pretty good fit for me. Like if I go solo, if I go with friends, the food, the cultural stuff, the unpacking once, it's pretty great. What is this? I want this to be like an airplane hangar, but I'm told is right. This is Nebo is also right. Sorry for the extremely long pause. I know people are here to watch me do typos. I get that that's like kind of the point of the stream. All right, let's go up here, work our way back. I don't think we've seen this part yet, or no, maybe we did. By the way I was dressed, you thought I lost my family in the market and was what? Do I give off that bougie dad energy? That's what everyone on our boat looked like, or grandparent. There were a lot of older people on it. Ship. This can't be Vogue. Man, is this like some sort of automotive thing, like a Cavalier as in a Chevrolet? That can't be right. Um, that's interesting, Udelka. Yeah, that's interesting. By the way I was dressed, well, I was probably already rocking my like big white fedora-ish sun hat because I forgot to bring a baseball cap with me on St. Kitts and Nevis. So it turns out they say Nevis and we say Nevis in the US, or so I was told. Another fun pronunciation one. I always thought it was Dominica, the small island nation. No, it's Dominica. Who knew? I certainly didn't. Crunchy sides. I want it to be like taco something chips. Just Ariana Grande. No, Delilah is clearly right. All right. Well, I sure hope there's a couple clues we haven't seen because bag full, handful. No idea what this is. Melding. Melding is definitely a thing in some card games. I want that to be bridge. I didn't get far enough in my bridge lesson to even learn like about a meld, if I'm even right. Oh, this is probably that. Taco salads are crunchy. Greek salads are not particularly, I would say. Jenga Border. Is it J? Keeping up with the Joneses. So what is this? Strip. Jenga looks right. Let's try that. Let's try that. Is a mule a shoe? Let's see. There's the battleship. There's the dog. Wheelbarrow. I'm forgetting something. A top hat. Ah, gotta be this. Presumably this is either a noun or a verb, but it's gotta be an E, doesn't it? Steven Stott, I didn't give you the proper hello. Oh, wait, you've chatted here. Oh, I saw your comment, but not your name. Sorry, Steven, didn't give you a proper greeting. Hello, happy New Year, happy Christmas, as the Brits said all over my ship. Hans married a mermaid. Oh, well, then they are real. All right. Well, how would they reproduce? Stephen, explain or not, as you prefer. No meld and bridge. That's it. Really? Well, I've played gin rummy. I don't remember. Well, maybe we did melds and didn't say like what they were called, I guess. Let's try that. What is this? Seeing it. Should probably be able to drop this in with 3 letters. Work with fuel. Yeah, mermaid reproduction. Well, in the movie Splash from the early 80s, Daryl Hannah in a star-making performance, like got legs when she dried off and turned back into a half fish when she got wet, leading to a comic like crazy scene where she was like blow drying her fishtail with a hair dryer to try to frantically seem like a mere human. What's this? Iterate, probably, is this the IOC? Ah, I would like to think I would have got that. I read the clue. This is Udelka, I'm gonna say on on a boat with a trap door, maybe? Iterate. This affects. Oh yeah, was Homer like a nautical painter? That sounds familiar. Change into rename? So much. Air India, Air Sonora, Manila. All right, there are a lot of Spanish names in the Philippines. In fact, their currency is the peso. Why? Because of the many nations that colonized them or fought over colonizing them, most notably Spain. And now you know, this is scramble jets, screw jets, some kind of jets. Enacts, Air Mañana, Air Panama. Gotta be. I have not been to Panama yet. That is definitely on the list. Not just the canal. Like, I want to check out that city. That was that city called? I forget. But yeah, obviously want to check out the canal too. This is East Timor or Timor Leste. Change into become. I really should have thought of that. This is Moab. Jets. I thought of putting this 9-letter a minute ago when it wasn't Toonie. I swear to God, I thought of the Toonie and just did not move in that direction. Scram. The Looney, no, that's a $2 coin. Oh, sorry. The Looney has a loon on it and it's a $1. Right. And the Toonie is like the extension of that because it is two Looney. It's got a scram and it's an alp. All right, we were close when we said Matterhorn. A raft of Fraggle Rock. This does not look like a salad I can think of. What is this? Maybe that it was Flo. Good for you, Flo. You get your props. House salads. Oh, this salad. They're crunchy because they have like lettuce. Fair enough. Cosmo. It was not the full name. ACC. Ah, it is the who is it? Virginia? Are they the Cavaliers? Yeah, they got a sword. I'm confusing them with the Commodores of Vanderbilt. Got it. All right, so this is smuggle, like a drug mule. Got it. What was the thing with, oh, it wasn't cocaine. It was like soda. All right, we're almost done. What am I not seeing? I mean, a matinee or the matin is the morning in French. So what is this? What is going on here right now? Tiana's right. Mixed bags probably right. Something holder. Nebule. Oh, it wasn't nebula. Got it. All right. So ULE, the small suffix, of course. A nebule. That's cute. I look at that. This is something holder. Gas holder. All right, they go with the plural, fair enough. Gas, DEL, delete character, that's cute. And in a mere 9 hours and 9 minutes, we did it. Thank you, Brendan, for the confetti. It's good stuff. Let's move right along to more difficult material. What has it been? Has it been, man, for all the babbling I've done about cruises, I can't believe we've knocked out 2 or 3 crosswords so far because, man, I just have not shut up about the cruise. But I mean, what else am I going to talk about? Yeah, morning prayers, it's fair. Is it like maths? My buddy Mike in a speech on the QE2 amusingly like chastised the British for spelling color with a U and maths with an S. And then there was a funny like coda to that. What was that? Oh, how they say aluminium instead of aluminum. It was funny when he said it. Man, he was so good. My buddy Mike spoke about his TV writing career and about like the theory and science of jokes. That one was awesome too. Really enjoyed him. He was a smash hit. Like he gave 4 speeches on his 12-day cruise and did a Q&A, and they were all like standing room. He's awesome. I want to look at some. It's true, Stephen. It's true. It's so sad. I mean, it took colonization and evolution of the language for it to finally arrive at its like canonical perfection. Oh my God. There's 3 minutes on the clock. I guess I opened this thing earlier. Just let it sit there for a while before I minimized it. What am I talking about? There's no need for you to wonder. I'll share the screen. We can all take a look at this. New Yorker Monday, which is when they drop their hard puzzles. Who wrote this? Molly Cowgirl. Cowger. Where did I get Cowgirl? Molly, even Cowgirls get the blues. Molly's a great crossword writer and working for the New Yorker. That pretty much proves that. Let's turn the clock back on. Oh, well, it's gonna take a minute regardless of what's the clock. Molly, very good crossword writer, fellow Bosswords player with me. Go to bosswords.org if you're looking for something to do the Sunday before the Super Bowl. It's a winter wonder solve. I will have just arrived in Costa Rica, so I can't do it this year. But Domo arigato, Mr. Robot. You know what I'm going to do? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to shut up for a hot minute and just try to drop some answers in here. Otherwise, we're never going to play along with them. Great start. Play along with me, won't you? SEISM Rapanui. Not to be confused with Matanui. Moana, y'all. This a typo for snake? It really looks like a python. What is this? Eventually, I'm going to be right about 14 across. Excuse me. Well, this is like this cough button. This is like this third-party website that rips off all these puzzles. So that might explain that typo. Newlyweds trips are honeymoons. All right, we're gonna have to fight through these clues that might be wrong with it. Sorry. Yes. Protected by shells. That would be cute if, wait a sec. Oh, there, it's not a theme list. They always do theme lists. All right, let's read this note here. Got it. All right. I just thought it was like some kind of weird like translation problem. After putting away the leftover roasts and sweets from the New Yorker's holiday potluck. Now there's an invite that I would enjoy. We began finalizing this issue, only to find that several pages, including the crossword, had gone missing. This is cute. This is presumably in the magazine. We did our best to recreate the puzzle here, but something's not quite right. 12 of the across clues don't fit their answers. Correct those clues by changing one letter in each. Once you've solved the puzzle, write the incorrect letters in order. It looks like I got to grab a pencil. Followed by the correct letters in order to discover where the missing pages went. How interesting. Nice one, Molly. This looks like a pretty nifty feat of construction. All right, so what have we actually, well, I got to go in order maybe to get these things in the right order. Let me get back. I can see the checkbox. I saw this break of text and just didn't really like think about it much. So yeah, should have read it. It's usually a themeless on a New Yorker and Monday at least. All right, this was well, unless I have these answers, I don't know if these things have little tweaks to the clues. This is that how you spell ink? I guess it's how I do. I was hoping to go through. I was hoping to knock out the whole year of streaming without any typos. In 2026, I guess that's not. I'll like just whatever. I'll try to jam these things in order. I'm not gonna change my. I ain't changing my style for no one. Large shake. So that's snake. That's H. And then which other one was weird? Honeymoons, creatures protected by shells. So bear with me. What was the correct? Here. Sorry. Python. So the correct letter was N for snake and then incorrect. So now down here for clams, shells, so the P is incorrect and the correct is H. Got it. All right, I'm gonna go. This is clams. This is, well, they were all crosses, I think she said that were. This like gimmick. Light could be HO. What is this? AFI, American Film Institute. I used to be a member because it opened doors for me when I would go to Aspen for the HBO Comedy Festival. She could have done buttering, but didn't. All right. Low fat. Oh, wait, this, what am I doing? This is clams with an L. Low fat strife. Stride is step. So let's go. Correct one is D. F. I feel like I'm screwing this up with these letters. Incorrect. Okay, let's do this. You know, if I do the downs, then it'll be easier to, I mean, I can knock out all the acrosses at once. Perched upon, it's not a lit. Transitive. This is the moon. Let's that. Let's try that. Something here's wrong. Junoite is a, what is this? Mineral? No, Alaskan. Oh, duh. This is this. Ursa's a bear. Wow, I was extremely off. Luna. Lunar, of course, it was kind of too easy to miss, but that's my brand. Typos and mistakes. My brand leans. It could be leads, leads, beans. Oh no, wait. Excuse, the down clues are normal. This is carrot. Turmeric, clearly at 64. So what is this? Cow, sure. All right, we'll look at the acrosses. We'll knock out, we'll get all those like errors going at once. This is this. Udelka, if you're still here, wait. Sorry, I missed you earlier. You were waiting. Oh, that was right after your first chat. You were waiting for Twitch to give you notification. I was streaming 50 minutes. Yeah. Why it didn't? Well, it should have notified you at the beginning, unless you just followed. So I'm not sure. Udelka, how is life on beautiful St. Martin? What have you been up to since? You still capitalizing on the old tourist season? This is Chairman Mao. What kind of a leader would put a portrait of themselves up in a public place? Or name everything after themselves, or decide to. Did we learn nothing from invading Iraq when they did nothing to us? Whether we learned or not, and some people are incapable of learning or compassion, it turns out that if you just want their oil, you can just, I don't know, start a war. I don't know. I thought like the approval of the US Congress was necessary for the declaration of war. It turns out that's when we obeyed the Constitution. This is this. Is there a pack of Camels? Well, when it's cigarettes like that, they canceled flights because of that. Really? Ugh. Do you get Venezuelan tourists, or is there some other reason? This is algal or algae. Give me just a sec. Overcooked, I assume. This is obese. Ugh, Udelka, you're one of the many who did nothing wrong. This is that. This is like the letter E there. That's that. Op-eds, or as the New Yorker calls them, they've got, or the New York Times. I mean, love the NYT, blah, 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 love my job as a freelancer, blah, 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 but what's with not calling op-eds guest essays? That's what they're calling them. Whatever, call them op-eds. I mean, why just confuse everyone? Just saw Hamilton. Were we just talking about that? Yeah. This and mind over matter, obviously Malibu. A Stanley Cup has a lid, like a Stanley Cup that young girls carry around, because they apparently need 96 fluid ounces of water with them at all time, notwithstanding the, I assume, proximity of, like, I don't know, a drinking fountain, tap. Young girls, why don't you take lifestyle advice from me? Don't carry a huge cup around. I mean, whatever. Not as big a whatever as invading a country, but you know, a low key whatever. This is a bearded iris. It's not a thing. Sorry, seaweed for sushi. Chief Keef, he's right here. In fact, he had a house in this town. He had a house party in my Chicago suburb. He like got arrested. It's a complicated life for Chief Keef. This is Hanoi. No, I'm thinking of the former Saigon, Ho Chi Minh City. This would be. Not seeing it. This, oh, they cancel flights as a precaution. Terrific. Police action. Yeah, sure. I mean, at this point, they're probably so bald-faced, shameless, they don't even need a loophole. You don't like it? F you. That's their operating philosophy. Tough question for the press secretary. Your mom is apparently now an acceptable answer. Quantity, amount, real funny. Aha. Corporate leaders, execs. Is that the Shire, the Spire? Hobbies, hobbits, cute. All right, this is this Hanoi? Vietnam? I thought Ho Chi Minh City. Maybe that was never the capital. Wait, what am I talking about? I think Hanoi is the. All right, we're done. But we're not done because we got to do this thing, y'all. All right, let's find the wrong. Opposite of mini is maxi, so let's go correct. Is I and incorrect is T. Large snake, we did that. Hobbies are hobbits. So correct is T. I am sure I'm going to screw this up with these letters. Please play along at home so you can fix this when I screw it up. Hobbies. So incorrect is the E. I got to read these things carefully. Act as if I never solved that. I never saw that. Mud. Yeah. Right. Clams. Spells, shells. That's the. Wait, what? Did I spells should be shells? That's P and H. Oh, that's. Ugh, I got those things in the wrong order. Ugh, this is so bad. All right, well, now they'll be in the right order, and then I can like hopefully see the answer because I was just kind of writing them down haphazardly. VPs, right, should be 8. So the correct one is. I'm so bad at this. Is E, and the incorrect one is R. Well, Udelka, I hope that this insanity writes itself soon and doesn't affect you too much. Newlyweds trios is trips, so incorrect is O. And the other one is a P. Rant, robbery, overcooked. So it's not snobbery. Not seeing it yet. Wait, overcooked. Is it like a past tense verb? Rubbery. Nice, Stephen. Beat me to it. It's legit. Please play along. I mean, if I have the first look and there's like a gap of. No, actually, there's no lag, at least not on my Zoom. There might be one on the stream. Let me try. I raise my hand. How long does it take to appear on the stream? All right, there's like a 4 or 5 second lag. All right, that should be time enough. If I don't solve it, then it's fair. Steven, all right. You're the current streak holder. Overcooked is rubbery, so the correct one is a U. And the incorrect one, of course, would be the. Oh. Oh, I already see where she's going. I think I see what the answer is going to be, but that's fine. Drive and right. D and F. I had that written in the wrong place. This is eel. Right, right. Goldman Sachs, right. Juno, it is right. Catal is good. Unruly horse should be unruly. I gotta beat you guys. A mob. Unruly horde. Oh, yeah. Okay, so it's D. S. All right, is the answer is becoming clear. Frequently used spice. A and I. Wait. They both look to me like they need a letter I. So let's do it for real. So A is incorrect. The I spice is correct. Well, that's weird for me. So easy to overlook a typo. Careful, Marianne's sister, sure. It wouldn't be like Marianna's sister. They would not do that. Earnings is earnings. So that's an N where we need, no, an R where we need. What am I doing wrong? Earnings are, and okay. Soft tofu stew, sure, I trust you. This item with horizontal rooms is rungs. Oh, okay, this is screwed up the H and F. Let's not even. Okay, anyway, I think the answer is the proofs are in the pudding. The missing pages are proofs. Oh, that's so cute. And in the holiday potluck, they were having pudding. The leftover roast and sweets. Very cool. Molly, well done. With typical like style. Molly Covered bangs out her millionth good crossword. Well done. JMSR, welcome. Sorry, you missed my top 100 cryptic clue stream. Wow, that must have been really good. Well, if it's on VOD, I'll check it out. JMSR, one of the nation's like top cryptic crossword people. So JM, I'll check it out. If you want to throw in a link to your Twitch, please do. JM is like really good Twitch streamer and like really good with cryptic crossword writer or co-writer. See, it's 12:56 in the Chicago. It's T-minus 2 hours till the Bears. Let's do one more New Yorker and land this plane. How long have we been streaming? An hour 26. It's actually going by slowly for some reason. Maybe it's because like I'm slightly tired and headachy from this crazy 2-week journey, and I don't know. I either got too little or too much sleep. I don't know, kind of spaced out, but that's good because I am happy to chat with y'all. Jam, how was your Christmas? Your New Year's? Answer or not, as you prefer. I got one more New Yorker here. That'll be a good. We did a Brandon. I already forgot. We did an easy and a hard New York Times. We did Brendan Quigley. Oh yeah, we just glanced at his cryptic. We did Brendan's. The English. Sure. Who wrote this? New Yorker, I already forgot. Ah, Liz Gorski, another one of the greats. Used to see Liz at the big CrossFit tournament. It's been a minute. Liz, are you out there still in New York? Are you still going to ACBT? I don't remember seeing you there last year. Is there anything wacky going on here? No, looks like a, wait, what is, oh, 2025 in music. Great, I'm gonna get smoked. Can we get some 80s slash like 60s music up in here? 2025 in music. I think I might just need help from the chat. But at first, let me, not at all, Udelka. It's funny, it's funny. Oh, beautiful. Jam. Yeah, I'm gonna click on that and then we'll look at it later. Nice. Oh, I right clicked and tried to, oh wait, okay, I covered the screen. That's beautiful. Pause this thing, check it out later. In fact, you know what? I've got a lot of like miscellaneous number stuff to do tomorrow when I catch up at the office. I might even throw you on as like the background music. Speaking of music, we'll see. I might actually have to concentrate. Alligator bites never hurt. I wanted this to be like dog bites man. Anyway, should we start the clock? All right, give me an extra 2 minutes because once again, I had this window open earlier and I didn't realize the timer was going. This is Yams. Probably not. Is it her? Maybe. There were so many awesome things about this cruise. I mean, I could babble endlessly about it, but man, high tea on Christmas Day with like a full-on Christmas celebration in this beautiful ballroom, and yet you're floating at sea. Just really great. Well, this is 9 letters. No idea if it's right. Luck into, don't know. Paul McCartney wrote a Liverpool oratorio. Oh my God, I got to tell a quick story. This is ridiculous. So I'm in the Queen's room. No. So I'm in the Royal Court Theatre. Everything's British. It's like Cunard is this British cruise line. There were a lot of older Brits on this cruise, which makes sense because for those who did the crossing and Caribbean, whatever, people who have like 3 or 4 weeks and a few bucks tend to be older people, like who don't have school kids, whatever. There were plenty of younger people too. It was a nice mix because it was vacation, and so there were more. Cunard doesn't tend to get a lot of kids, I don't think. Like, you damn straight, Steven Stott. It was awesome. Cucumber, all of that, and like an army of. Was Indonesia ever a British colony? Was Philippines? The service in this boat was incredible, just incredible, and just the quality. It was really an experience, a totally new experience for me. But yes, it was proper high tea. I mean, it was peak tea. I mean, on a Cunard ocean liner, are you kidding me? On Christmas Day, like I should never have tea again because I mean that's like a 4 slugging like percentage for your life. So I go into the theater. Sometimes my friends and I would go in, like we would eat dinner. We would like make a time to eat up. Oh, I could go on and on. The Britannia dining room had a downstairs and an upstairs. It's a beautiful, there's like a open, huge, tall, beautiful dining room. And there's like a tier that like goes around the top half and there's like a big like dining floor there. You walk in, there's an army of like 2 maitre d's and like 10 guys. It was nuts. Anyway, so if you want, there's 2 like official seatings. So you can have dinner at 6:15 or at 8:15 every night if that's what you want. Or you can do what I chose to do, and unrelatedly, all of my friends, whether or not coordinated, we all chose to like, we'll eat when we want. And that was the upper floor. So we would make a plan. My friend's wife, who's also my friend, would email the group and say like, we're doing this today and then that, and then we like, let's all get dinner at 6 or at 6:15, 6:30, whatever. Then some of us, certainly me and them and whoever else chose to go, would go see a show every evening. There was different live like talent. There were so many different musical things all around the boat. It's husband and wife duo. She sang and played guitar. He sang and played keyboards. They were awesome. So good from Toronto. Like I went out of my way to see those people. They were really good and they were super nice. There was a string quartet. There was a woman who played sax. There was a woman who played the cello. That There was one who played the harp. I mean, so this is just miscellaneously rotating at different times through the different small bars, large bars, pubs, by the pool. So like whatever you did, you could hear live music. There was a string quartet at tea every afternoon at 3:30. So I don't know. Anyway, what am I babbling about? Because of the McCartney Oratorio. This is why my streams take forever. I go into the Royal Court Theater, my friends and I go in, but it's too close to like showtime. We couldn't get 3 seats together. My friend's wife likes to sit. Keep saying my friend's wife. For whatever. Anyway, one of us likes to sit in the front, so we all tried to. But when we would go in like too late to get 3 together, there were still seats up there. The point is we would split up and sit forever. So when I would do that, I would like invariably chat with the people next to me, who were always, I mean, it might be a couple from like, he's from Scotland and she's from like Portland, Oregon, whatever. So one night I sit down next to these 2 older Brits, kind of frail looking, but lovely people. I introduced myself. Hi, where are you from? Liverpool. And without even really thinking about it, I said, oh, like Paul McCartney? Whereupon the wife in the couple says, I went to primary school with Paul. Like, really? Wow. Yes, he was in my grade, in my class. I'm like, wow, incredible. And I was like, did you go see the Beatles? Did you like their music? I preferred Cilla Black. I like Cliff Richard. I wasn't into these rock and roll groups. I'm like, okay, incredible, so cool. And then she points at her husband. She goes, George Harrison fancied his sister. I'm like, really? Yep. George used to come. Yeah, the guy's like, yeah, George used to come around the house, like my sister, helped my father paint the ceiling once. Like, crazy. I'm like, George Harrison could have married your sister instead of Patty Boyd. Like, bananas. Yeah. So like a lot of moments like that where you just are like, wow, that just happened. Just great people, really interesting people on the boat. Had a great time. Sorry for the detour. Although it's my brand, typos, errors, and detours. It's my brand. All right. Let's wrap this up. Is this please? Is this? No, turns out. What's the one? Espresso? No, turns out I don't know much about her. Is this a snake? These might both be right. So what is going on here? Oh no, please don't tell me. Is this Saint Ignatius? I mean, he was a more of a religious guy than an oratorio writer, wasn't he? This is luck something. Luck out. Oh, it's yeah, not transitive. Got it. This is She-Ra, Princess of Power. Nora Sharp, is she not your favorite Princess of Power? Explain or don't, as you prefer. This day is this Agnes of God? Is that? But in English, Agnes of God was a movie, but like female, I assume. Not sure. Alligator bites never heal. That makes way more sense. Close. Yeah. This maybe? I don't know the first thing about Serena Carpenter. I really don't. Farmer in the Dells. It's Doctor. It's MD's side A or B. Yikes. Rapper, presumably Bad Bunny if we're talking about a Korean rap, a Puerto Rican rapper. Cellborn, did I see your name? Are you here today? Our old buddy Cellborn. Puerto Rico. I would have chatted, I think, with Cellborn if I knew he was here. Anyway, Happy New Year. Yeah, Udelka, there was a Little Mermaid chat before you were here. We talked about the Little Mermaid statue in Copenhagen. What is this rapper who hosted a 31 chat? Okay, fair enough. I'm not even going to embarrass myself by saying, is this Debbie Take My Photos? I'm sure I got that wrong. Asian Temple is a pagoda. This a romantic Lil Kim. Wow, that just happened. I cannot believe I ever finished a crossword with this level of bad type. Could be that. Could be that. Gotta be that. I don't know, I don't love 11. I don't like PLSO. This is Pallor. Way down is Layton. Jesus. You go up too high by one and it takes you to the bottom. That is not gonna help me get to the Bears pregame show on time. All right, Travis Tritt. Well, wait, what? Randy Travis. Travis is the last name. Got it. All right. I thought it was Travis Tritt. That was plausible. The subject of a tribute, Carrie Underwood, blah, blah, blah. Pallor, Randy, Travis. This is Ariana Grande, VMA. MTV just like ended permanently, leaving America bereft of a channel on which to watch the show Ridiculousness for 10 days. Yeah, pour one up for MTV. Man, it was great. It was great. K-pop Demon Hunter song, blah, blah. Really? Billboard Hot 100 for 7 weeks? Doesn't mean I haven't heard of it. This is Eid, the holiday. Yep. Is this Jay Leno, America's unfunniest? Jared Leto. Leto. Gotten into as a hobby, taken up. We're talking past participles, y'all. Can't argue with that. This is poor. This is true. Bonnie Bray. URL, Carl. Gary Carl, never heard of you, Gary. RIP. Marin Alsop, conductor. Okay, what is this? Thou art? No, it's Edward Monet. This the nightclub on the Cunard QM2 was called, oh shoot, am I gonna get the letter wrong? I think it was called G32 because like that was the like hangar within the mega shipyard where they built it. Pretty sweet. For Esme with love and our dial is clearly it. Bank deposit is Silk. Mai Tai, this is El Sol. But you, Delca, you knew that. Because unlike me, you actually speak Spanish. This is, don't know, this is Beyonce, clearly. Won our first set. Well, I'm going to let you finish, but Beyonce clearly had the record of the year. Who said that? Oh, I don't know. Some convicted felon, abuser, idiot. This is this. He's probably going to get pardoned or sentence commuted any minute now, of course, because that'll just piss off people like you and me. Selling his dower or doer, as my mother says. I think I have it right. On this deal, oh, meeting cross with friends. Yeah, sure, why not? I don't know like where all they pull them from. It might just be like the big publications, but no, I don't know. You've had published puzzles, so yeah, it could be. This is Cram, and this is Patella. Oh man, give me credit for a plausible guess. This is something in the way she moves. Speaking of the Beatles, well, that's not how it's spelled. And what is this? Barbara Streisand, Babs, y'all. Real name. Shoot, I'm gonna dig myself a hole. Barbara Jean Streisand. Anyway, the story goes that like some early agent or like manager person told her to like whitewash her name, like whitewash the Judaism out of her name, like to go with something like Jeannie Sands. That's what it was. Her name was Barbara Jean Sands, spelled with a 7-letter Barbara. And she was like, F that. And she went with Barbara. She just like took the A out of the middle of her name and went with Streisand. And it seems not to have slowed down her career much. God love you, Babs, and your cinder block sized autobio that I probably will read. I read the Star is Born chapter because I enjoyed that movie, the Lady Gaga version. I haven't seen the earlier version or versions. Really interesting. Great stuff about Christopherson and like the filming of the movie. Really cool. This is PSAs. TVs. Speaking of TVs, can I watch the Super Bowl in Costa Rica? With or without the Bears? Discuss in the chat, won't you? PSAs. This is appears. No, it is app. Yeah, what is it? Peristalsis, swallowing. Don't tell me. I'll figure it out. Mahi aphasia, is that what this is? It's not apnea, something like apneos. No. All right. Macy's. My friend had a sweet joke about Macy's. Oh man, my friend Mike on this ship's speech was funny. What was the Macy's joke? Oh no, it was about sex with them. Oh man, it was a double joke. It tied into an earlier joke. I'm not even gonna repeat the whole thing. It was just great. So funny. Cello cases. I thought this was gonna be Casio. This is Say by aforementioned Paul McCartney with Michael Jackson. We might as well read the clue. Singer whose hit single Abracadabra. Steve Miller Band. That's the one I know. Well, if it ain't, I wanted this to be Macy Gray. Well, for any number of reasons, she is not. What is this? I am really not into this at all. Oh, it's Lady Gaga. Oh, yeah, yeah. This rings a bell. Why? Is it because of my eosinophilic esophagitis? Esophagus could PHAG swallow, and the ASO could be like a prefix. That's probably what it is, like the opening of your, yeah. All right, whatever. Point is, this is Lady Gaga. Abracadabra. I know some of her songs. I don't know that one. This final steps, closings. This. All right. I would not have guessed it was spelled that way, but there we go. Oh, you are so sweet. You don't have to do that. No, I just have this thing set up to just please, I guess I stream enough to be like a Twitch affiliate or something. I never followed, like, I'm not looking for like a tip jar, or whatever. The great gift that I would like from not just you, but from the entire world is like when people follow me, because it's not an ego thing. I just like it when we have like a good number of people in the chat box. So the more people that follow, like the better chat box we get. But yeah, no thanks. So I don't have it set up for that. I don't even know if you can send stuff like that, but thanks for asking. But I think the answer is no. All right, this is Salvador Dali, friend of Walt Disney. We learned on the cruise, but we're not just talking about that. We were. So yeah, I didn't finish the thought earlier. So this Disney and Dali made this like collab, like this weird, like his like Andalusian Dog, that movie where they're like slicing up eyeballs, whatever. So Dali and Disney like did this collab. It's a cool cartoon, and it like sat unfinished for decades, and then like somebody finished it at Disney, and it was cool. They showed it. They showed some of it at least. This is One Angel. So this is Travis Kelce. It is Travis Kelce. I was going to say it's Dolce. Travis, who was widely. Wow, a song called Wood. Can't imagine what that's about. You go, girl. Approved. Okay, nice one. Travis Kelce, good for you. You may not be going to the playoffs, but you've gone into the New Yorker crossword and also into so many other good things. I mean, let's face it, Tay-Tay may be a billionaire, but Tay-Tay herself is the prize. She's great. You gotta love her. Kendrick Lamar, do I need to read the rest of the clue? No, but let's do it. Rapper Lamar, who performed Not Like Us at the Super Bowl. Pretty great. That's a good week. That's a good week for young Kendrick. Oh, this old thing. Blur, maybe should have thought of that. This is Ludo. That was going to be Ludo Bagman from Harry Potter, but not so much. As I see it as IMO, this is the Kiowa Indians. Plant firmly. Is that wrong? Nora Jones, or Snora, as my friend called her, who thought she was born. Visions. Nora Jones popped up at a Hanukkah. See what happens when I readjust in the chair. I do a typo. I do a typo even when I'm not trying to type. That's called the advanced level. Nora Jones. My friend, I won't mention him by name, but you know who it is if you ever have been to the stream. My friend went to a Hanukkah concert by New Jersey hipsters and indie stalwarts Yola Tango and miscellaneous. The 8 nights of Hanukkah, they do 8 concerts. And Nora Jones was one of the many musicians who popped up. I don't know, it's pretty cool. Plant firmly in bed. I wanted this to be emote. Is this LeBron? No. Oh, I have no idea who this is. Orin, someone, whatever, no idea. O'Brien, because that looks like the Kiowa Indian, is presumably with an E. Auctioneer. Ike. I like Ike. I'd really like Ike right now. Military general with some like actual life experience other than pissing away $400 million of his father's money and raping people. The only question about, I'm not even going to say his name. The only question about him at this point is, did they actually murder some of the children that they raped? Sorry to use the R word, but I'm doing it because, I mean, the rest of it is so obviously true. Like there's overwhelming evidence. But they like brought over kids from Europe. I mean, for Christ's sake, Jesus Christ. Happy New Year, everyone. Welcome to this reality. Stick to adhere. We can. Why are we not done? Did we have a mistake? We can. Kiowa, I think is right. There's a mistake here somewhere. Have we not filled in all the letters? All right, I'm gonna take a quick spin through the down. Is this wrong? No, the date, right? Side A, side B. Not a mistake. Oh, is there like I thought it was right, but it's wrong problem? Could be. And then one in every crowd. Randy, not a mistake. Is it a typo? Shira is good. Taken up. Okay, that is the problem. I didn't know this guy. All right, very good. What have we learned? We've learned that, who's this? Liz Gorski. We've learned that Liz makes a good themeless. We already knew that. We knew that forever ago. What else have we learned? We've learned that friends of Paul McCartney like to take cruises. We've learned that there are hardcore puzzlers down in the Caribbean. What? Udelka, meeting you was one of the most interesting and fun, like, moments of my voyage. That was like amazing to find that there was not only like a big puzzle fan, but one that actually is like Discord. That was crazy. We've learned that Cunard builds one hell of a cruise ship, had so much fun. Props to Katie Grog for the great cabaret show that I saw the day before the cruise. Props to my old friend Sandy Cooten, or Cooten, it turns out to be pronounced, for the awesome Hanukkah event that he threw. Big, successful, fun night for his temple. I was lucky enough to participate. Ben Zimmer, thinking of you in this difficult time. And loved having dinner with you and your brother in New York City on that Sunday night before my cruise. Loved the cruise. Really enjoyed my friends that I joined and a couple other friends who were newer to friends to me. Thank you guys for joining me. It was a great 2025 on the old stream, and it's going to be just as good or better, we hope, this year. What do we got going this year? Well, we got some Only Connect coming up soon. We hadn't been playing. I missed half of December, and my work busy season, blah blah blah, reasons, excuses, blah blah. I'm here for the whole month of January. Things are going to be a little quieter in my office. Translation. We're going to play a little Only Connect, at least a couple before I go out of town again. Paulo Pasco's got a game ready. I think Dave Harris does. I know that Michael Sobin has at least one, I think maybe two. And that's enough. That's enough to have a good time. I got to get right on the horse, get on the stick, because if I keep things moving, we could maybe even do 3 of these things before I go out of town. What's February? Only Connect season starts. Oh, was it public last time I streamed? Anyway, the American Crossword Puzzle Tournament is moving to Philadelphia a year from now, but it will be in Stamford, Connecticut one last time. Go to crosswordtournament.com to register for the tournament. I believe that the Marriott, or Marriott, depending who you ask, hotel is already sold out, which is insane, like in a day or two. But you can stay at the Stamford Hotel or other places nearby, enjoy the tournament. Last year, the tournament, I am a judge in the tournament, so I can't speak on its behalf, but I've been around the block there. Last year, the tournament was made available to the public. If you want to go to this thing, don't screw around and don't wait around, because I think within 2 weeks it was sold out and a lot of people were turned away. So if you want to go, a word to the wise, get on it and get on that hotel. The crossword Oscars are around the corner, the Orcas. Ben Zimmer and I hosted them last year. Are we doing it this year? I honestly have no idea. Whatever, we'll find out. Wait, let's not bury the lead. The biggest name who will be on the stream for sure this year is Will Shorts. Are you kidding me? Will has written a Connections style trivia game, and he wants to run it on this stream. We were going to do it in December. We ran out of time. Things got busy, but unless a weird surprise happens, Will has asked me, he's like, hey, we still have to do that puzzle game. So he's into it. This is not me like begging him to come on the stream. He's up for it. And he doesn't do a lot of public appearances these days. He's not doing like a lot of public speaking. So that'll be really fun and rare when Will comes around. I should talk to him about that, figure out whether it's going to be before or after my next trip. And what else? There was one or two more things I wanted to say about upcoming streams. I guess Only Connect is the main thing. Anyway, please follow me on Twitch if you haven't, because I'm back at it, back on the old streaming grind. Hopefully we'll be doing, let's say, roughly 2 of these a week. So as usual, great chat box here today. We've got so many great people who are like regulars here that it only takes a handful to have like fun conversation, including today. Thank you guys for joining me. We'll do it again soon. Go Bears. I don't even know what is going on this week. It took me no time to forget my like Chicago life, my work life, my local life, whatever I do around here, going to shows, theater, music. It was all instantly forgotten. That's funny. My brother used my computer while I was in town, so I got to put my password in Gmail. Sorry. The only reason I'm yammering about this because I'm trying to get to my calendar. I have no idea what. Maybe go to a little youth hockey. All right, not today's Sunday. Let's say there's a decent chance that tomorrow, Monday night or Tuesday night, we will stream again. I don't know about if we'll not be able to knock out an Only Connect this week, but definitely next week. We gotta get that moving. Yeah, go Ursa Majors. Bears are headed for the playoffs. I know you guys share my excitement. They were 5-12 last year, and if they win today in their season closer, they will be 12-5. That is nuts. Even though for the first like 6 or 8 weeks of the season, they kept like winning games. They blocked a field goal at the last second to win a game. They had all these like, how do they win that wins? But it's not how, it's how many. Loving the Bears season. They've been great. So much fun to watch. I think that's it. How long we streamed today? Was it under 2 hours? All right, under 2. That's good. A hearty GG Happy New Year to everybody. Thanks for joining me. I will see you later this week. Have a great rest of your day.